Hi everyone, I'm your host Mary Vin Rose, and you're watching Healthy Living in the Bronx. Today I have a very special guest joining me in the studio, Jessica Jade. She's a skincare artisan as well as a health coach. Hey Jess.
Hi honey, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So, as you know, we're going to talk all about health, beauty, and this is my favorite topic, beauty. So I wanted to know, because being a health coach and being a skincare artisan, it's not your traditional, I guess you could say, career. It's not like being a doctor, lawyer, teacher. It's not something we learn in school to be. Right. What inspired you to be both a health coach as well as a skincare artisan?
So it all started with my own personal health journey. I suffered from celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disease that affects a lot of people, but most of us aren't aware of it. It basically means that I can't digest rye, barley, wheat, or gluten. So I can't have bread and certain pasta.
No bread?
No bread.
Girl.
No bread. I know. No breading, no fried foods. It's a lot to deal with in the beginning, but
Right.
I found out about 4 years ago. So I lived my entire life with celiac disease. And I remember my mom would take me to the ER because I would wake up in the middle of the night with like these excruciating pains. And honestly, by the time that I was 8, I knew how to comfort myself. I'd make myself tea, I'd rub my tummy in circular motions. I wouldn't even wake my mother up.
So one of the big triggers to know that you may have something like celiac disease is, what was the stomach pains?
So for me, it was terrible, terrible stomach pains. Like it really felt like something was eating me up from the inside out. But not everyone's celiac disease manifests in that way. It can be that you have really low vitamin D levels or really low calcium levels.
Wow.
It can be that you have issues becoming pregnant, because it can, after a long period of time, affect your fertility. You know, you can have osteoporosis at a really young age and not understand why. So there's a lot of other variables that can inform you that you have this disease, but it's very difficult to pin down without having an endoscopy, which is a bit intrusive, and not a lot of doctors will prescribe that. I mean, just as a sign, it took me 25 years
Wow.
to figure out that I had this disease.
So what was the moment that made you go, no, like something wrong, I don't care what you guys say. I know you may think I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. I know my body, and this doesn't feel right. What made you say I have to jump down on this?
So I was basically, like, if you can imagine being sick every time you eat,
Right.
that was the gist of it. I was eating healthy food. I just graduated from college. I had a great job. I was cooking my own meals, so I was eating home cooked meals every single day. But I felt sick every single time I ate. I had to call out of work all the time. And I basically went to my physician and I told him, I am going to be in your office every 2 weeks until we figure out what's wrong with me. Because I was miserable.
I think that's something very important. I know I struggle with that, with speaking up for myself, especially when it comes to health, because we just trust our doctors, our nurses to know everything about ourselves when we've been in our bodies for X amount of years, right?
Yeah.
So what made you transition? Well, what inspired you to do your skincare line? What is it, your celiac disease? Like, what caused that to happen?
So everything is actually connected in a very synchronicity kind of way. Like everything is connected. Because I had celiac disease and my symptoms were so exasperated, I actually got eczema. And it was disgusting, if I'm being honest. It wasn't your typical dry eczema. It was like blotches all over my upper body, which is interesting because my stomach issues were here. So it was like all my upper body. So I always say that it's connected somehow. And my body, your skin is the first one to give you a signal when something is wrong internally. And a lot of us don't pay attention. When your skin feels dry, maybe you're dehydrated, And so for me, the eczema was another step. It was excruciating. I spent an entire summer in New York City, which is so hot.
Very humid.
Yeah, it's very humid. I spent an entire summer wearing turtlenecks because the dermatologist prescribed a medication that had steroids, and it made my skin very sensitive to the sun. And so I told myself, all right, this is it. I can't use this medication anymore. I'm miserable. I knew that it was possible for me to make my own skincare because I'm from the Caribbean, and I used to receive like jugs of homemade coconut oil from my great grandmothers.
Coconut oil was like the holy grail of everything, right?
Right.
It heals everything.
Especially to us Caribbean people. So I remember my mom would slather me from head to toe in coconut oil. And I knew that my great grandmothers, I'm like, without Google, they could make products for your skin and for your health, for your body that was healthy, I could too.
So I know one of the main things that makes your organic line what it is because you use only organic ingredients. What exactly is an organic product? Because I hear that word all the time, but what exactly does the word organic mean?
So when it pertains to skincare, an organic skincare product is made with ingredients that are plant-based, and these plant-based ingredients aren't grown with pesticides, herbicides, GMOs, or synthetic fertilizers, which is a thing. Who would have thought a synthetic fertilizer, right? And so they don't have these unnecessary toxic chemicals to grow them.
So I also noticed that on your line you make custom products, right? So why is it that it's so important to you to make custom products? And do you get people who are like, oh, are your products vegan? Because I know vegan is a big trend in the beauty industry right now.
It is. And there's a few reasons why I make custom products. I always make my orders fresh to order unless it's a wholesale order. But I like to make them to custom for each person because I know that every person's skin is not the same. Yesterday, I was at an event where I was selling products, and I had this woman come up to me, and she's like, "Oh, can I get that green serum?" I'm like, "Hold up. Tell me about your skin. Is it oily? Is it dry? Do you get acne? Is it combination? Is it drier on your T-zone? Is it more oily on your T-zone?" And so for me, it's important that my products and the ingredients that I use in them are not only organic, but are tailored to you so that your skin can actually heal over time.
So what is a vegan product? So an example from your line, like what differentiates a product that's vegan versus non-vegan?
Okay, so a vegan product is basically a product that doesn't include any animal products. So for example, honey. Honey is...
I love honey.
I know, me too. But I do have clients that request vegan versions of my mocha latte scrub or my mint scrub because they do live a vegan lifestyle.
Right.
So as long as it doesn't have, for me, any of my body butters, any of the serums are all vegan because I don't use any animal products in them.
Right. So I think people often struggle between vegetarian and vegan. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, vegan is a lifestyle. So meaning that you're not only not eating animals, but you're not partaking in animal byproducts in anywhere in your life. So whether it's fashion or in your beauty products. So no leather boots, no fur, no honey, which I think is good. I don't partake in wearing fur, things like that. But honey, I know is something that's something that I just love and I use a lot because it has a lot of benefits to it. But I understand it. So what's the difference between a vegan product and a cruelty-free product?
So a cruelty-free product is a product that isn't tested on animals.
Right.
That's the only thing that makes it cruelty-free. We use humans as our tester, as our guinea pigs, actually. Yeah, for me, when I was making my products and starting out with my line, I would test the product on my mom or my grandma or myself. Tell me how you like it. Use this product here. Take it for free. Tell me how it feels on your skin. Tell me what you don't like about it. Do you
I think
like
those are the best people. I know you have a little sister, right?
Yep.
I know she had to be one of the people you test on all the time.
Definitely. I have 3 younger sisters and a lot of cousins. So it was very easy for me not to have to test my products on animals because I had willing humans who were willing to try it.
So I got to sample some of the products beforehand and it smells so good. And I'm someone, unfortunately, I realized that I have a severe allergy sometimes to synthetic fragrances.
Yes.
So what do you use to make your product smell good because it's natural?
So for me, it's extremely important only to use organic, natural ingredients when I'm making all of my products, down to the scents. So a fragrance is basically a ingredient that's created in a lab. It's an artificial fragrance. And it could it's very scary because it can mean one ingredient or it can mean 1,000 different ingredients that were put together to make that one scent. And the FDA doesn't necessarily regulate cosmetics and beauty products, which is absurd to me, but they don't. And so we don't know what is in our products. We have no idea. And companies don't have to disclose that. So for me, because it's considered intellectual property, so they don't have to tell you exactly what they use to make that one product. So we have no idea. And so for me, I decided I'm not using fragrances at all. I'm going to custom make all of my scents with only essential oils. And essential oils are amazing because they have a ton of healing properties. You can use them for aromatherapy. You can use them to heal eczema, which is what I did. That's how I created my body balm. I started using specific essential oils in combination with other butters to heal my skin naturally.
That's awesome. So we're actually going to take a quick break, guys. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. And Jessica Jade is going to tell us more about at-home beauty and why you should maybe go organic. Try something different. Hope to see you back.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm
I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Hi everyone, I'm your host Mary Vin Rose, and you're watching Healthy Living in the Bronx. Thank you for joining us back in the studio. Today I have a special guest, Jessica Jade.
Hello.
So we're back. I'm so excited. So for the viewers at home who might have just been joining us now, we've been talking all about organic skincare and what it means to you because you're a skincare artisan as well as a health coach.
Yeah.
So we were talking about your skincare line, Sunkiss, and why it's so important for you to have it be organic and be, making products selected for certain women, maybe making it vegan. So I wanted to know, what are your two favorite products in the line and why?
So for me, that's very easy. The first product that's my favorite is the body balm, specifically the floral body balm, because as I mentioned earlier, I had celiac disease, which resulted in a ton of eczema that was painful and scaly and really unattractive to look at, especially in the summertime. So I like to credit my change in diet. Once I figured out that I had celiac disease, my change in diet and my skincare, that body balm, that floral body balm, really did an amazing job at healing my skin because it was so sensitive and so irritated. It did a good job at, like the lavender essential oil and the geranium did a great job at calming my skin when it was in pain. And over time, within a few months, I saw a drastic change in my skin. So the body balm is definitely one of my favorites. The second favorite is the carrot seed serum because I use it on my face and I always get compliments. And so, you can't help but love a product that really works. I use it as a cleanser, so I do the oil cleansing method to wash my face.
So what is the oil cleansing method? I've seen this trend on Pinterest. Yes, I use Pinterest. Don't judge me. It's not just for soccer moms, okay? And what is an oil cleansing method? What is that?
So the oil cleansing method is actually an ancient method of cleaning your face. It was used by the Egyptians in ancient Egypt. It's been used throughout history by people. And it's interesting to me that, as time as we use more technology and we create more inventions of our own, like soap and whatnot, we tend to forget about the way that things used to be and how people would take care of their skin in the past. But this oil method, what it basically does is it kind of tricks your skin. If you have too much, if your skin is too oily, it tricks your skin into not creating as much oil.
Wow.
So it's amazing. I have a lot of people that are like, my skin is so oily. Like, why would I put oil on my skin? So it really helps with that. And even if you have normal skin or dry skin, the benefits are obvious if you have dry skin, right?
So what's the process look like? So I would go in, so instead of using let's say one major brand and I pump my face foam face wash, so instead of using that, I'm now using an oil.
Right. So what you do is you apply it on your skin will be dry. You get home at the end of the day, you're tired, you apply some oil, like a serum that you can create your own on your own, or or if you buy one, you can apply it on your face in circular motions. You let it sit for a minute or two. And then what I like to do is I like to take a warm washcloth and gently wipe it off of my face.
Got it.
After you wipe it off of your face, it's great to follow up with a toner, which you can make yourself by using rose water, which has amazing healing properties, or you can purchase one. There's a ton of them out there in the market. And you tone your skin, wipe it down, and then you apply the serum again. So it's perfect because you can use it as a moisturizer and as a cleanser.
That's good. I love multi-purpose products.
Yeah.
And I think also, because I'm not gonna lie, I got to sample a little bit before the show, and I realized it was taking my makeup off.
Yeah.
So that's what oil can do. Oil can actually take off makeup.
It removes dirt. It takes off makeup.
That sounds like a game changer in terms of money because, yeah. You know how much money I used to spend for my makeup removers?
I know. And not only that, I feel like in the industry now, in the cosmetic industry, they'll make one cream that's for your elbow and then another cream that's for your one toe.
That is true.
Not the other toe.
That is true.
Just the one toe. Right. So for me, I'm like,
You can't use this on your face. You can't use this on your neck. You can't use this on your body. You can only use this on your, right under your eye.
Yeah, and that for me was absurd. I feel like, we need to go back to the basics, going back to
Right.
the oil cleansing method, going back to using natural, organic skincare products
Right.
is what we need to be doing, especially in a society and in a world where we're being exposed to so many other toxins that we can't control. When you can control something and be healthier, why not?
That's true. I actually saw on your website that you had something that I'd never seen before. Well, I'm quite sure it's probably out there. I just never seen it. Called Men like Beard Balm.
Yes.
What is this?
Yeah, so a beard balm is basically a balm that's thicker and a little bit stickier to help your man have a beautiful, luscious beard. It grows better, it's softer, it tames it, and I honestly created the beard balm because I have a beautiful man at home who I convinced into growing a beard, and then he had no idea what to do with it, and so I'm like, okay, honey, let me try to help you with this. So the line, my skincare line, I initially created it for women, for myself, which is what I was doing, but over time I find that guys absolutely love the beard balm. They love the body balm, even though they don't want me to call it that when when I'm giving it to them. But yeah, that's what the beard balm is. It's meant to tame and help your beard grow soft.
So it seems like your beauty has obviously a personal connection for you.
Yeah.
But what made you now transition into being a health coach?
Right. So again, it all goes back. I like to think that everything that I'm doing, it's for a purpose. It was like meant to happen. And when I realized that it took me 25 years
Yeah.
to figure out an illness that they could have found out if I'd seen a gastroenterologist, or if someone in the emergency would have been like, okay, this little girl has been here 3 times this month. Something is wrong. Like
Right.
it's not. There's no way it can be a stomach bug again. There's no way she can have food poisoning again. You know. And I realized that it's important to be an advocate for your own health and for the health of others. So as a woman of color, I told myself, I'm going to work with women who don't normally have access to this type of information,
Right.
and who aren't aware that it's okay to tell your doctor, no, you don't necessarily know what you're talking about, because I live in this body. This is my body, and I don't feel good, and it's your job to help me feel better.
Right.
So once I started healing myself, and celiac disease is an autoimmune disease, so it never goes away. It's something that I have to live with and work with every single day of my life.
Right.
I knew my purpose. I'm like, it's time for me to help other women heal themselves as well.
Now, I find that I've struggled with making a transition in my life, trying to be healthier, just being honest. Like, because I find a lot of, products or things are just not culturally relevant to me.
Right.
I don't see women that look like me, that sound like me, who sound like my mother, my sister, my aunties, my cousins.
Right.
So it's difficult. So I want to say thank you for the work that you do in this space. I know your Instagram definitely inspires me. Your blog inspires me. And I've actually put other people onto it, because I'm like, look, there's women that are like us who are making changes in their lives, and we're starting right where we are.
Right.
So I wanted to know, as an Afro-Latina, because I know you step into a lot of wellness spaces, I know
Yeah.
you've done a lot of speaking engagements, do you feel sometimes that you're at a disadvantage by being the different one in the room?
I actually think it's an advantage,
Okay.
because my audience is in need of this information. I feel like the industry, the wellness industry, can appear to be saturated with all women who look exactly the same, preaching the exact same thing, and it becomes redundant. It's boring. People don't want to hear it, Women like us and women like my sisters and like my mom and my grandma, they're not gonna see someone that looks like that and be like, yeah, I want to take advice from her.
Right.
So when I step into a wellness space and I'm preaching about healthy living, healthy eating, creating sustainable morning habits, creating, an exercise regimen that's healthy for you, they look at me and they're like, wow, you get me. You know where I came from.
Right.
I grew up in the Bronx. I'm a Bronx girl, born and raised. So the information that I deliver is culturally sensitive in terms of the foods that I recommend that they eat, the alternatives that they eat, the exercises that they do.
Right.
I recommend dancing. I know you love to dance.
Yeah, I love to dance.
I recommend dancing. Some women hate cardio. I hate cardio, and I'm a health coach. So I step into fields.
That's truth. You have to be honest about where you're at and start where you're at. Because I'm the opposite. I love cardio, but that weightlifting stuff, I know it's necessary. I know at some point I have to get into it. I remember when I first started yoga, I was actually discouraged because I didn't see anyone that looked like me. I was like, yoga, acupuncture, what is that? I told my mom we should go to acupuncturist together, and she was like, That's the one where they sticking all the crazy needles in people. Oh no, I ain't doing that. So yeah, I just, again, I want to thank you for the work that you're doing. And I know we have to take a quick break in a second. So I just want to say, all of you watching at home, we have to take a quick break, but I hope you come back because Jessica is going to help us on how to make a beauty mask with ingredients right in your kitchen. Hope to see you soon.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Everyone, I'm your host, Mary Vin Rose, and you're watching Healthy Living in the Bronx. So today I have Jessica Jade joining me in the studio, and right now she's going to give us a demo on how to make a mask at home with ingredients from your kitchen you probably never even considered to use on your face. So Jessica, tell me about this. I was inspired by this. I saw you on Instagram. On every Monday, you do this thing called Mask Monday.
I do.
So tell me about this mask and why it's your favorite.
So this mask is my favorite mask because it reminds me of home. Like I mentioned before, I'm from the Caribbean. I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican, and my grandmother would slather me in aguacate, which is avocado for those of you who don't know, all over my hair because I have all this hair. And
I never thought to put avocado in my hair, really.
It's actually amazing. The benefits of avocado are never ending because when you eat it, your body just, like all the omega-3s, make you really, really healthy. But what people don't know is that when you put it on your face and when you put it in your hair, it also has benefits. So avocado is chock full of vitamin C and vitamin E. And what it does is it has anti-radicals. So the radicals in the environment can make you look a little old, get wrinkles, it makes your skin dull. And so when you apply avocado to your skin, it soaks up all those vitamins. Now, I used Grandma's old recipe of avocado and I switched it up a little bit with other ingredients that I had in my house. I love yogurt. I'm not vegan for those for those listening. I'm not vegan. I love myself a good Greek yogurt. So I always add half of an avocado, a tablespoon of Greek yogurt, which is antibacterial, which we always want. That's what bacteria is what produces acne and all that kind of stuff on our face. So it's good, always good to add something that's antibacterial onto your skin. I also put an egg in the mask because eggs, people might not know, can be used as a natural, you know those strips that you use to take blackheads out?
Oh, is it the Bore, whatever
right.
ones?
So the ones that you buy to like take any blackheads out, you can use an egg to do the same thing.
Really?
Yes. So what you would do is you would use the egg white and you would put it in the mixture. And the egg white, what it does is it pulls out blackheads and it also tightens your pores. So if you ever see someone with beautiful glowing skin and it's like, it looks seamless, almost like porcelain, it's because they have tiny pores.
Right.
That's why we use foundation.
That's what I use my primer for.
Right.
My primer, I actually use like with the Poreless, whatever brand that is.
Exactly. And everyone knows when your pores are tighter and smaller, your skin looks more flawless, it looks more seamless. So that's why I use the egg. And then, of course...
So do you use the whole egg or do you just use the egg whites?
I like to use the egg white, but a lot of people use the entire egg not to be wasteful.
That's true. I'm very big on that.
So
I try to be like sustainable as much as I can.
Exactly. So if you don't want to be wasteful, I mean, you can also eat the egg.
That's true.
You can also cook it and put it in something else.
Put it in your rice or something.
But you can use the entire egg and the effect would be exactly the same.
Right.
And last but not least, honey. Honey. I love me some honey.
Honey, yes.
Honey is antibacterial. It's anti-inflammatory. So if your skin, you ever find that your skin has like red spots or looks a little inflamed, you could just throw honey on your face.
So now I'm going to use honey for my tea and my face, yes.
Right, exactly. And if you're vegan and you don't want to use honey, agave also has a lot of nourishing properties.
Does it?
And you can replace it with
What
that.
exactly is agave? I see this
Agave?
around, but what is this?
Yes, so it's a plant-based sweetener. It comes from the agave plant, usually grows in Mexico. And what they do is that they press it somehow and they make this agave syrup. It's almost like a syrup. It looks a lot like honey. So you can also replace it with that. I throw all of these ingredients in a blender because I don't have time to be whipping things by hand. And
So yeah, we whipped this already.
Right,
We pre-did this in a
exactly.
blender. So we took
So-
the avocado, the egg, How much of the yogurt?
Just about a tablespoon. You don't need a lot.
And then some honey. How much of the honey?
I honestly eyeball it. I drizzle it. It's about a tablespoon, I would say.
Tablespoon of honey. And then what we normally would do is we would take this just with our finger, and then what do we do?
So you would take
normally
it and
on my face, right?
Right. So you would normally apply it on your face, and you
Right.
would apply it in circular motions, because when you massage and move your skin in a circular motions, it promotes circulation, which helps with cell rejuvenation, and that's what makes your skin look beautiful.
Yeah, we'll put some on your hand too.
Sure. And so if you look at the texture, it's really, really thin because we've blended it, and it's very simple to apply. I leave it on for about 20 minutes.
How do you know if it's ready to come off?
Because of the egg, it dries.
Ah,
So when you move your face,
it feels
you will
tight.
feel it. It will feel very tight.
Okay.
And so that's when you know it's ready to take off. And honestly, you can leave it on for longer because none of these ingredients are going to irritate your skin because they're natural, which is what I love. And it's actually one of my favorite things to do because, like I mentioned, it reminds me of home. It reminds me of my great-grandmother's, like sitting in between her legs and having her put this stuff in my hair. And it's ingredients that you can find at home. And so once you've applied it for 20 minutes, you can use a warm washcloth, wipe it right off, and then always hydrate your skin with either a toner or a serum so that your skin feels even more supple. And I promise you, because of the yogurt exfoliates your skin.
Oh, does it? It's
I
an
know.
exfoliant, really?
It's so random.
So you don't need like those little microbeads to exfoliate the skin?
Absolutely not. You don't need microbeads to exfoliate your skin. But even, if you touch your hand, even your hand feels super soft. And we
Yeah.
didn't leave it on for like any time at all.
We didn't.
So imagine applying that to your face, leaving it for 20 minutes, and then following up with like an organic serum. Your skin not only glows because of the honey and the avocado, but it feels so ridiculously soft.
Oh, I can only imagine because my hand's already soft. So when
Yeah.
we wash this off with a warm washcloth, my
to
skin.
open up your pores a little bit more so that when you apply the serum, it seeps in.
Ah, that's why you use warm water.
Right.
Someone told me to use cold water to close my pores.
Yeah, but you want the serum that you apply and the toner that you
Afterwards.
apply afterwards to be able to soak into your skin. If you close your pores with cold water, it won't do that.
Oh my goodness.
It'll be harder. It'll sit more on top. It'll go in eventually, but it'll take longer.
So you gave me so much good information today. I hope all my viewers at home learned so much today and had a good time. So if someone wants to know more about you and all the free information that you give out, where can they find you?
So you can find everything that I do, from my coaching services to the skincare and a ton of free resources, from blog posts to YouTube videos, at jessicajade.co.
Got it. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching, guys.